Jahmai Mashack called game on a Tennessee Saturday night.
You are Locked On Vols, your daily podcast on the Tennessee Volunteers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into it. How we feeling? How we feeling after that 79-76 win over Alabama? I am your host, Eric Kane. This is a postcast edition following Tennessee basketball's big-time win. The game-winning shot at the buzzer from who? Who was it? Jahmai Mashack. How about that? You gotta love sports. You literally have just got to love the way things work out sometimes. A monumental win for so many different reasons. We talked about it with Grant Ramey on Friday's show for several of them. We're going to go through here the next 15 minutes or so and just kind of get some raw reaction, right? I mean, as you can see, I'm doing my postcast here. I'm on the road. I'm in a hotel room. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm watching Tennessee baseball. Work through the Astros Foundation Classic, the College Classic this weekend. Got back to, I started listening and watching on the way back to the hotel. And then it was one of those when I got back to the room, I planned on, changing clothes, going to grab a bite to eat or whatever, but I couldn't stop. I was gonna be keeping track of the game on my phone no matter what, but this wasn't worthy of a let's watch YouTube TV on my phone while I'm going and trying to find some grub or a drink or something. I've got to sit here at the TV and I can't leave, right? And that's what's awesome about college basketball sometimes, and really college sports in general. But especially this game. I mean, you had Alabama that really felt like it took control of things with about 2 minutes left in the ball game and just kind of wouldn't relinquish it for a little bit. And Tennessee went ice cold from the field there towards the end. But, the iconic game-winning three-pointer, again, from Jahmai Mashack, as both Rick Barnes and Zakiya Zeigler were trying to call timeouts. They were trying to call timeout. Thank God they did not get that timeout granted, right? But even without that iconic Jahmai Mashack three-pointer, it would not have happened if he hadn't rebounded and missed Chaz Lanier free throw attempt with 30 seconds left, drawn the foul, and then sank both of his free throws to tie the game at 76. I mean, he just manhandled his dude. He whooped that tail. Got that rebound, and he got fouled, goes to the other end of the court, okay, and sinks both of those humongous free throws to tie it at 76 all. It also wouldn't have happened if Tennessee hadn't forced Alabama into a 5-second violation there after a very, very questionable jump ball call. Very questionable jump ball call there. So Alabama's going to get the last shot, right? Alabama's going to get an opportunity to win. They're inbounding it underneath its own baskets. They can go over there and draw up a play, see what happens. Tennessee does some different subs. They get Cade Phillips down there, and he's the one jumping and guarding the inbounder. And there's a 5-second violation. And that was at 3.8 seconds left in this basketball game. Tennessee found a way to do it. How did it sound? Courtesy of the Vol Radio Network. You guys know it. We have written permission and verbal permission to play this on the podcast. This is Bob Kessling, Bert Bertelkamp on the Vol Radio Network, how Tennessee won it over Alabama at the buzzer.
Zeigler gets the ball to Mashack. Mashack's going to take it. 2 seconds. Mashack, 1 second. Launches the three-point shot. Good! At the buzzer! Mashack wins it for Tennessee. With 3.8 seconds to go, Tennessee brings it up the floor, and Jahmai Mashack hits the biggest three-point shot in his career. Jahmai Mashack, the game winner from near midcourt, as he hits that three-point shot, and Tennessee is knocked off Alabama 79-76. What a game, what a shot by Jahmai Mashack. As the Volunteers battle from down 9 in the second half, the game is tied at 76 with 3.8 seconds remaining. They get the ball inbound. Zeigler to Mashack. Mashack dribbles it up to midcourt and lets it fly. And Tennessee has stunned Alabama. The final score from Food City Center, Tennessee 79, Alabama 76.
Bob Kessling, Bert Bertelkamp, Vol Radio Network is how you heard it around your Vol country listening stations, however you want to fry. I don't know. I'm scatterbrained right now, guys. I'm in a hotel room doing a podcast. You guys know me. I'm such a structure guy. I hate doing shows on the road because I don't have my proper equipment and the things in my ears that don't sound right. But man, I mean, this is what it's all about, right? I mean, your raw reaction. Where were you when Jahmai Mashack sank that three to beat Alabama and potentially lock up a number one overall seed for the NCAA tournament? Yes, Tennessee's got, a couple more games left. Yes, they can't just crap the bed. Yeah, you need to have a pulse in Nashville. I get all that, okay? Grant and I talked about that, on Friday's show. But I asked the question, is it as simple as this? Is it Tennessee, Alabama, right? It's the winner of this game. Do you get a number one seed? Might not be as simple as this. However, if you lose this game, boy, it's an uphill climb because this is your best competition remaining. This is your best shot at improving that resume ahead of March, okay? And Tennessee got it done. Tennessee found a way to get it done. Also, how in the world did it find a way to get it done at certain times? This is from Rob Lewis's 4 Quick Takes over VolQuest.com, and I couldn't agree more. I was editing this, when it went live, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to use this. If you would have told me before the game that Zakai Ziegler was going to sit for more than half of the first half, the Vols starting bigs were going to be combined for 8 points, Alabama was going to dominate the glass 43-32, and Mark Sears was going to go off for 24 points, I would have thought Tennessee might have gotten beat by 20-plus at home. But it didn't. It didn't. Tennessee found a way. Offense certainly did not put Tennessee in a hole early on. Shot most of the first half, 50%. Respectable 38 points at the break, 38 points in 20 minutes. It did get cold there late in the second half, but the offense, we talked about it, number one key to this game was you cannot get off to an early start or an early hole, if you will. And Tennessee did. Now, Tennessee's defense didn't necessarily play up to its standard in the first half. Granted, Alabama's got the number one offense in the country, right? And they did shoot 54% in the first half, 42-38 halftime lead. Alabama did help Tennessee out tremendously in the first half, going 8 of 15 at the free throw line in the first half. Nonetheless, Tennessee found a way, right? I mean, Tennessee put the clamps on there towards the end. Jordan Gainey had, 9 points in the second half. Jahmai Mashack made every play imaginable there in the last 30 to 45 seconds of this game. Awesome stuff. Oh, yeah, and with this win, Rick Barnes becomes the active winningest head coach in college basketball. How about that? And, congratulations to Rick Barnes on that accomplishment. That is pretty cool. All right, when we come back, I'm going to tell you why. One of the reasons I love sports. I love sports because of moments that happened on Saturday. Jahmai Mashack is the hero when he's been the GOAT for so many different Tennessee fans over the course of the last couple of years. That's coming up next as we continue to react to Tennessee's 79-76 game-winning three from Jahmai Mashack at the buzzer to knock off number 5 Alabama. Attention Tennessee fans, the future of college sports is here and it's transparent. Gone are the days of the behind-the-scenes NIL deals. Now with the Roy app, you get to be a part of the change and support Tennessee athletes in the most straightforward way possible. Roy is an NIL app that puts the power in your hands. You choose the player, decide how much you want to contribute, and you get exclusive content in return. And if your player transfers, you get that money back. It's completely risk-free. Ever wanted to make sure that your favorite athlete stays on the team? Now you can contribute directly and see the impact. For a limited time, Roy is matching up to $100 per Tennessee fan. That means your impact is doubled, helping you keep your favorite players right where they belong. Download the Roy app now at the App Store and start backing Tennessee athletes the way they deserve with transparency, trust, and with a real impact. This is the future of college sports. Be a part of it today by downloading Roy and supporting your favorite players. Hey, welcome back in here to a little postcast. Tennessee basketball knocks off Alabama 79-76. It's Jahmai Mashack with the game-winning three that got it done. And again, it's not just the game-winning three. It's him absolutely whipping the tail of the guy on the offensive rebound there on a Chaz Lanier free throw, sinking those two free throw attempts. It's hustling down there, making plays like he does all season long. He does so many things that don't often show up in the stat sheet, and that's kind of what I want to talk about right now. Why I love sports in general, why I love college sports so much. You get guys like Jahmai Mashack who become Tennessee heroes. Think about Hunter Inslee. I mean, Hunter Inslee's a good baseball player. Don't get me wrong. Very good baseball player. captain of this team, one of the guys hitting 3 in the order. I mean, he's a guy that I want on my team. Is Hunter Inslee Blake Burke? Is Hunter Inslee Christian Moore? Is Hunter Inslee, I don't know, Chase Dolan a couple years? The answer is no to all those questions. Is Jahmai Mashack Dalton Connect? Is Jahmai Mashack Chaz Lanier? Is Jahmai Mashack Zakai Ziegler? No, he's not. But he's a guy that you want on your team because he does the grunt work. He's got versatility in his game defensively. He rebounds well. He's such a great defender. And so often, Tennessee fans are so tired of Jahmai Mashack, are so tired of him and want him to move on, want Tennessee to bench him, want Rick Barnes to get him out of the rotation. And lo and behold, those type of players oftentimes come up and make some of the biggest plays on the biggest stage. Remember earlier this week, we didn't talk about it on the show, but I'm going to bring this quote here to the show. This is earlier this week in immediate availability, assistant coach Rod Clark. Quote, I see some stuff on social media where guys are saying our best lineups are this and that, and Jahmai Mashack does this offensively and all this other stuff. And I get it. Like, analytics, they can say a lot of things, but when you're in the heart of battle and you're in these games, to say that we're better when Jahmai Mashack is not on the floor is kind of, I hate to use this word, but stupid. It just is. It just is. We finished the game with 4 guards on the floor, and we were playing a massive, huge team, and he's at the 4, and we're just fine defensively, and he's on the floor, obviously, to win the game. So, not to insult anybody that has their opinions, because there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, that's just not accurate. I'm going to read the heart of that quote again here in a moment, right now. To say we're better when Jahmai Mashack is not on the floor is kind of, I hate to use the word, stupid. I love that. I absolutely love that. Man, that's why college sports are better than professional sports. That's why, as much as NIL is changing the game and as much as the calendar is changing the game with the transfer portal and all that and more, you get to see moments like this. These players that are, often ridiculed and are never good enough and, are the constant topic of conversation on group chats and Twitter conversations and all that. They get to have these moments. Now, I'm not sitting here saying Jahmai Mashack's ever going to shoot the ball like Chaz Lanier, Dalton Connect, or anybody like that. But the fact that he had the ball there at the end, they were trying to get it to Chaz. Z was trying to get the Chaz, couldn't get it. Finally, Mashack comes back. He's got 3.8 seconds left, dribbles it past half court, NBA range deep, beyond NBA range deep 3, pulls up, sets his feet, and lets it fire, and it goes in. And I don't know about you, it's all easy to say this in hindsight 2020, but when I saw him release that, I'm like, that's going in. That is 100% going in. And lo and behold, it went in. So, oh man, how about that? Jahmai Mashack. Jahmai Mashack wins it for the University of Tennessee. And what does this mean moving forward? Well, we haven't seen the updated line yet. We haven't seen the updated bracketology yet, but I'm sure Lenardi's going to have Tennessee on the 1 line. What does Tennessee need to do over the last 2 games of the regular season and the SEC tournament to hold on to that number 1 seed? We don't know yet. We'll have to find out. But beating Alabama, beating the number 1 ranked offensive efficiency team in the country, holding them, who they just had 111 points in a game against Mississippi State, I believe it was Mississippi State, holding them to 76 points, and you coming away with the last basket in the basketball game. How about that? Tennessee Volunteers, maybe this is the year that Tennessee can reach its first ever Final Four. We will have to find out. Before I say goodbye, though, I do want to remind you guys about our friends. That is over at FanDuel Sportsbook. When the game tips off, man, you are right in that action over at FanDuel. It's an official sports betting partner of the NBA. It's America's #1 sports book. With FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game, so even if you miss opening tip-off or want to bet on a fourth-quarter comeback, you can stay in the action. And if you're looking for a bigger payout, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay. I love using FanDuel's live betting feature because it keeps every moment of the game more exciting, whether I'm backing my team for a late-game rally or picking a player to hit a clutch 3. I never feel like I've missed my chance. Plus, the app, it's super easy to use, and when you win, you get paid instantly. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com to join the day. That's FanDuel.com to shoot your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every single moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Coming back here to say goodbye. Postcast show. The segments are a little out of sorts. I understand that, but I just want to get some raw reaction here. We'll continue to talk about this game on Monday's episode. I'll continue to, we'll talk about a little bit of the NFL Combine, maybe a little bit of baseball. I mean, I'm here in Houston right now watching Tennessee baseball as we speak, so that could be exciting. All that and more coming up on a Monday show. But appreciate you guys for joining us. Jahmai Mashack is the hero, and he sunk the game-winning three as Tennessee knocked off Alabama 79-76. All that on a Tennessee Saturday night.